All right, thanks for joining us here on the government's website. My name is R. Anderson Edgel. My guest in studio is Robert Statica, or Dr.
Hello.
Robert Statica of United Alert. That is. How are you doing, sir?
Good.
How are you enjoying your stay here in Antigua so far?
Beautiful.
Wonderful?
Wonderful. Yes.
All right. Well, tell us about United Alert.
Okay, so we started in 2006 in the state of New Jersey in the United States. We realized that the state of New Jersey needs a way to alert the citizens in case of emergency in the middle of the night. And the fastest way to do that is to use the modern technology like text messaging.
Okay.
And we designed the system and donated the system to the state of New Jersey, and from there it spread throughout the country in many organizations, law enforcement. It's all for free to save lives and property. And coming to Antigua for so many years, we realized that Antigua can benefit from this system. And we contacted Minister Mansour, Dr. Mansour, and he was kind enough to listen to us. And we donated a sister system called Carib Alert to the government of Antigua. Currently, the entire population is registered. We had meetings with the carriers and everybody's on board. So everybody will be notified. I hope there is no need for them to use the system. Okay. But if there is a need in case of an emergency, like a hurricane or something happens in the middle of the night, everybody will be notified via text message on what to do.
All right, so let's break down this system. How does it work?
So pretty much it's a software as a service, or SaaS, which means it's a website that people can log onto, register, join various groups, and based on their membership they receive communication from that particular group. In this case, all the country is registered to Antigua Alert Group, which is one of the groups, many groups inside Carib Alert, and the government of Antigua has the right and the permission to actually send the entire country an alert system via the system. So basically you join a group and you participate in the discussion on your group.
Okay. So these alerts are received via text?
Yeah, text message and email.
Okay.
So text message, and of course they are posted on the website under the group.
All right, what has been the response so far in New Jersey, first of all?
Well, New Jersey adopted it. It's the official alert system for New Jersey. Of course, it's called New Jersey Alert, NJ Alert, and it's used extensively. We have a lot of natural disasters, weather-related disasters like the snowstorms, Hurricane Irene, and so on. And the official government, the emergency management, the state police of New Jersey, the regional operation intelligence center, they all use it to alert the population or the critical infrastructure of the state about the impending, weather events or certain activities that they need to do in certain cases. So it's used extensively, and the adoption was very good.
Okay.
In the Caribbean, the same thing. Everybody was very interested. The carriers came on board, and we worked together with Digicel Lime and APUA. Currently, all the phone numbers, the mobile numbers in Antigua are registered automatically, and they will receive messaging from the system.
Okay, let's talk about your involvement in cybersecurity.
Okay. My background is in information insurance, cybersecurity. I've worked many years in the public sector and private sector in various industries. Currently, I teach at the State University in New Jersey, and we work on various research projects with the state of New Jersey, the federal government. Also, I have a lot of contribution in the development of certain technologies that are on the market currently, like intrusion prevention systems, certain aspects of that. So I have a very, very solid background in cybersecurity, and I participate in conferences, the major conferences like DEF CON, Black Hat, RSA security. We try to actually raise the awareness level of the corporations and the governments against cybercrime, and raise the level of cyber immunity that they can expose to the world. As you probably know, cybercrime is a serious issue. Cybercrime is currently the #1 money-making so-called business in the United States, followed by drug dealing, by the way. So it's a very, very serious issue that has to be addressed early. Otherwise, you will be compromised, and then the data is up for grabs on the internet. So the whole idea is raise the awareness level, protect the data, and help the companies survive.
All right. I'm not sure how much information you have about our region, but obviously our internet penetration here in Antigua and Barbuda and across the rest of the region might not be as high as in the USA. How much of a threat does cybercrime pose for Antigua and Barbuda and our region?
Well, I think that as a country, usually cybercrime is not personal. Attacks are automated, so it doesn't matter who you are, where you are. If the attack finds the vulnerability, will penetrate the systems. The country uses critical infrastructure, water distribution system, power distribution grid, the air traffic controls program that lands airplanes at the airport, and of course banking. Everybody's affected by banking. If they steal your money, you will be affected, regardless of the penetration level of the internet in the country. So it's very critical, it's extremely critical for the country to be aware of what's happening and the level at which the cybercrime reaches certain areas of the globe. It's not that the country has something to fight about in another country and they attack the country electronically. Mm-hmm. These attacks are automated and the people are the victims. Mm-hmm. If you lose your money, you're not going to like it. So definitely protection is required in the banking, financial sector, law enforcement, the government, and the critical infrastructure.
Corporations, governments,
yeah, absolutely.
How have they been responding to this message of cybercrime and combating it?
In Antigua or worldwide?
Worldwide.
Well, the problem with worldwide is that a lot of companies that have been polled said that they have been penetrated, but they were afraid to report it because of the, they were afraid that the customers will lose interest, will lose confidence in the company. So think about that. If your bank is penetrated and the money are missing, would you go tomorrow deposit more money? Probably not. So because of that, a lot of companies don't report the cybercrime and they try to actually fix the problem without going public. Unfortunately, because it escalated, it went from like almost nothing a few years ago to over $1 trillion per year business. This is very visible now. And not only that, the private sector is attacked, the public sector as well. Governments are attacked now. For example, United States, it's attacked over 3 million times a day with all these automated attacks on various critical infrastructure sectors. So it becomes extremely critical for everybody to be aware of what's happening and at the same time to take measures to mitigate the threat.
Is there anything that makes a corporation, government, an institution more likely to be a target by cyber criminals?
Well, it depends on what kind of line of business they are. So I would say that, of course, the money, follow the money. So the companies that deal with money, like the financial sector, are probably the primary targets, followed by the government and the military. So, of course, nobody's immune. Even personally, you are not immune. If they can steal money from you, they will do it. But usually, cyber criminals go for the biggest buck, the biggest bang for the buck. In other words, smallest effort, highest rate of return. So they'll go after the bigger targets.
All right, Robert Statica, thanks for
Thank you very much.
by. Looking forward to see you here in Antigua and Barbuda again. Hope you enjoy your stay.
Thank you, sir.
All right.